Guys, welcome back. Today we're going to look at detachment from a different and deeper perspective, from the body. You know why? Because you've done all the work, but suddenly you go back to missing them. Or that old situation in your life comes back up again. Like your mind knows it's completely over, it's in the past, and yet you still wake up with their energy around you. You still catch yourself thinking about them when you look at your phone, when you listen to a song. If that is you, my friend, there is absolutely nothing wrong with you. You are a wise, self-aware person. You know the psychology, you know the red flags, but sometimes you just feel completely stuck in this reality. So what do? You sit there, you judge yourself, and you think, why am I still stuck? Why am I so weak? But I hope you will listen to me. You are not weak. Your mind has moved on, but your nervous system is still addicted, still attached to them. I experienced this myself. My mind was completely done with someone, but my body kept pulling me back into the same feeling again. And that is when I realized that something deeper was still living in my body. So today we're going to look at detachment from the body. Let's start off with this one. You've done the mindset work, right? Like change your mindset, focus on yourself, just let it go. That is powerful. It really helps, but most people think it stops there. No, I remember my therapist telling me, your mind, Bushra, is infinite. It can be on the moon whenever it wants. Like close your eyes, imagine yourself on the moon, you're there. But your body is always in the now. And we completely forget that. So your mind can say, I'm over it, I understand everything, I moved on, but your body is in the now and can still carry the story. And that is the part we often forget, and we think if we understand something with our mind, we should automatically feel free, but the body doesn't work like that. Wounds like rejection are not just thoughts in the head, they are physical feelings stored in your body. Your nervous system remembers the anxiety of waiting for someone's text, or how you felt the moment you felt ignored, or that quick high when they finally gave you the bare minimum. We romanticize this and we think it hurts so much because I love them so deeply. But when I got really honest with myself after a long time, after a lot of healing, I realized this wasn't love anymore. This was my body getting used to a cycle of stress, highs and lows. So your mind is like, we are done, we are good, like we moved on, but your body is like, no, we are still here in this old story. As long as you try to think your way out of something that is living inside of your body, you will always feel disconnected from yourself. And to actually break this loop, we have to look at what your body is really holding on to. Instead of asking, why won't they choose me? I turn the question inward and I ask, what is it inside of me that feels so at home with this pain? And we love to say abandonment issues, right? But when I really reflected back on my reactions, I realized it was something deeper. It wasn't just abandonment, it was rejection. Because abandonment says, I'm afraid you will walk away. But rejection says, I'm afraid I am not good enough for you to stay. And from that place, I make choices. Like I accepted the bare minimum because a wounded part of my body believed this is all I am worth. And when you deeply see that the connection you keep chasing is not some pure soulmate love, but your system trying to finally win over rejection, the spell breaks. The pedestal you put them on starts to fall apart. So how did I make this shift? What was really interesting is that this happened right after I asked God a question. What is it in me that keeps attracting this person in my reality? The same question I mentioned in my last video. And I really believe that when you ask the right question, when it comes from a sincere place, the answer will always find you. Like shortly after, I was talking to a friend who practices shiatsu, and almost without thinking, I said, "Can you practice on me?" I wasn't expecting some big healing moment. I even didn't think of healing. But the night after the massage, I went to sleep and I had a very intense dream. It brought up a deep feeling of rejection. I woke up in the middle of the night with that feeling still in my body, and it was so real. It was my body saying, like, it was finally showing me the root of everything. And in that moment, I realized something, that this was the feeling I had been avoiding without even noticing. Like, it was rejection. Instead of pushing that feeling away, I decided to sit with it. And then the next day, that heavy energy stayed with me. And I remember thinking, I thought I was over this. Am I going backwards? Is this a sign? And maybe you've had that too. Like, you dream about them or something happens, that old pain activates again. And immediately your mind starts telling a story. Maybe this is a sign. Maybe we are meant to be. But listen, that dream is not proof that they are the one. That dream is your body finally showing you what it has been holding. It is bringing the wound to the surface so it can finally leave you. And for that to happen, you have to feel it without running away from it, without trying to fix it immediately, without trying to put a band-aid on it. This is one of the most important shifts, because feelings are not instructions. Feelings are information. When that intense panic comes up, the mind goes, this hurts so much, I have to text them, I have to fix this. We confuse that urgency with intuition. But those feelings are just your past talking. They tell you about the part of you that didn't feel chosen, that didn't feel safe, that didn't feel seen. So when your body is screaming, reach out, go back, check their page, that is not your higher self speaking. That is your nervous system craving what is kind of familiar. And sometimes what is familiar is chaos, rejection, and anxiety. That's what our nervous system tries to do. It tries to bring us back to what feels safe, even when that thing is not good for us. So the real power is when you can say, I feel this intense pull in my body. I feel this urge to reach out, and I am allowed to feel this. But I do not have to act on it. And that day I told myself something very important. And it was, I don't have to make a decision from this sadness. I can just feel it and let it move through me. So that's when I shifted. You can feel everything and still choose differently. And that's the moment where we detach energetically. Like, at some point, I stopped trying to win with my mind. Instead, I started paying attention to my body. When I thought about that person, I noticed there was always a place in my body that reacted. And instead of trying to push it away, that feeling away, I noticed it and I told myself, okay, this is where my body is holding its story. And I didn't try to fix it immediately. I just stayed with it. Sometimes I would breathe into it. Sometimes I would dance or sing or shake, or always actually take a shower to wash it all off after a good cry. I stopped forcing things with my mind and I gave my body the room to finally release what it has been holding. That to me is real energetic detachment. Not pretending you don't care, but allowing your body to release the way that person was still living inside of you. Okay, so the fact that you still feel something for someone does not mean you are weak in any way. It simply means that your body is still processing what happened. And that is okay, okay? So your mind may know the truth. Your body just needs a little more time to catch up with your mind. And sometimes those feelings come back not to pull you backwards, but simply to be released. Be really aware of that. So the next time that feeling comes up, don't panic, don't try to fix it, but be present. Sit with yourself and maybe tell yourself, my mind knows it's over, I moved on, and my body is slowly catching up to that. And I am moving forward. Be patient with yourself. Little by little, the energy will leave your field, your body, And one day you will notice something quietly, and that is you are free from it. Like, focus on your body, let the shift happen in silence. You got this. Before you leave this video, I also want to say this, like, you don't have to figure all these things out by yourself. When I went through my stuff, I worked with a licensed therapist, and she really helped me to understand myself better. Sometimes just having someone who can guide you through it makes a big difference. You don't have to do this alone. So I hope my video resonates. Let me know in the comments if it does. Thank you for being here. Thank you for watching, commenting, liking, subscribing. It means a lot to me. So with that being said, thank you again for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Stay aligned.